factoring x squared plus bx plus c. All right, so we've been factoring 4-degree polynomials so far. Now we're going to be looking at trinomials, okay? Polynomials with 3 terms. And it's actually a little more difficult to factor trinomials than it is polynomials with 4 terms. All right, and the reason why that is this bx is actually the combination of 2 products. Okay, and because we only have 3 terms, we can't factor by grouping anymore. All right, so the way we're going to start looking at these is actually by using guess and check. Okay, we're going to factor trinomials by guess and check, and that's a valid method to use in any type of mathematics, but it is going to take a little bit longer. Okay, so we are going to look at a different method later on, but right now we're going to look at guess and check. Okay, so when I look at this trinomial, x squared plus 11x plus 18, seeing that this is just x squared, I know my first 2 terms have to be x and x. Okay, that's the only way I can get x squared as a result. All right, and then I know my third term has to be the product of 2 numbers, right? There's not going to be there's no variable here, so there's not going to be any variables in my second terms. Okay, and my second terms also have to be factors of 18, because it has to be these 2 numbers multiplied together that gives me the product of 18. Okay, so when I'm trying to find these values, I'm going to be looking at the factors of 18. So I'm going to go through, and I have 1 times 18. I have 2 times 9. I have 3 times 6. And that's it. Right? Those are my 6 factors, my 3 products of which is 18. Okay? So now we can kind of use our guess and check. We know that these 2, our first terms, give us x squared, and our last 2 terms give us 18. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to fill this in to see if that will work for giving us our third term. Okay, remember we had x squared plus 11x plus 18. Okay, so if I come in and I say, well, this is 1 and this is 18. Yep, I still have my x times x, which is x squared. And I have 1 times 18, which is 18. And then I'm going to have x times 18, which would be 18x. And I'm going to have 1 times x, right? Maybe I'll put those in a different color. Okay, and I've got 1 times x. So 18x plus x is going to equal 19x. Well, 19x is not 11x, so that's not going to work. Okay, so I got to come back and I got to try a different set of factors. So I'll try 2 and 9. So I get my 2 and 9 here. All right, 2 times 9 is still 18. Okay, and now I've got x times 9, so 9x, plus 2 times x, 2x, which is going to equal 11x, and that does work. So this is going to be my 2 binomials. This is going to be my factored trinomial. Okay. If 9 and 2 didn't happen to work, I would just keep going through the other factors. All right, and that's kind of how it works with guess and check. So we'll look at this one again. All right, again, I know x is my first term for both of my binomials. So it's going to be x plus something and x plus something. And they're going to equal 48. So I've got to find the factors of 48. Okay, so the factors of 48 are going to be 1 and 48. Okay, 2 and 24. Let's see, 3 3 and 16. All right, 4 and 12. Let's see, 5, nope, 5 won't do it. 6, let's see, does 6 go into 48? Yep. So that should be 6 times 8. And then it doesn't hit 7, and then I'm back here with 8. So these are all my factored pairs. Okay? And I could start off, put 1 and 48 in there, put 2 and 24 in there, put 3 and 16 in there. But there is a little trick to help you with this. And this gets into our next lesson, but I'm going to go ahead and start it now. If one of my factors is greater than that middle term, I know it cannot be, those can't be my factors, right? Because if I put 48 here and 1 here, when I multiply x by 48, it's already going to be bigger than 16x. I'm going to have 48x. So I know that one won't work. Okay, I know 24x won't work. 16x, that would kind of work, but then I'm also going to have another 3x, so that's not going to work. Okay, so I can look at 4 and 12. Okay, and I've got x times 12, 12x, plus 4 times x, 4x. And yeah, that's going to equal 16x, and that'll work. Okay, so you can guess and check, but you can also start to cross off some of the options. Okay, you can eliminate some of your options to speed things up.